Hey pals, it's been a while. Welcome back to Cult Stuff and Chill. We had a nice little break ski there. I went on a family vacay and Ashlee went on to a family party.
Yeah, a
So,
quinceañera.
yeah, so we're here actually recording on a weeknight, which is a new and unusual experience. Hence, for me, a different recording setup because the office in which I normally record in creeps me out at night, so I didn't want to be in there.
And some different light. We might get some spooky thunder and cicadas.
I should also point out, yes, it is early August. Yes, I did decorate my house for Halloween already. I have no regret or shame over it. I've got a couple spooky pillows here. Obviously, the pumpkin doesn't sit on the couch typically. But for today, I thought he'd be cute. And then my Skelly boy back there. I've got lots of other stuff in the works that I'm working on DIY currently. There's a whole pile in the corner I didn't even show you. But yeah, I think once I get my house completely decorated, I will maybe post that as some bonus content. So by early September, I'll be fully into spooky season. Right now, we're still in Summerween.
Yeah, and I feel like my house is always kind of decorated for Halloween a little bit, but I really need to get the rest of my spooky skellies out and spooky pillow covers and
Yep.
just kind of really bring it around. Decorate my Halloween tree, which is just a palm.
Yeah. I have like a fake fiddle leaf fig in my room. Obviously, it's fake because those plants do be expensive and I can't even keep a cactus alive. But I have these like LED ghosts that are like string lights basically. And I was like, I should decorate my fiddle leaf fig as a Halloween tree.
Do it.
I'm going
We love
to
to see it. We love to see cross-seasonal decorations.
Halloween is
Cross-concept.
truly like my comfort zone when it comes to seasonal, I guess. Just the month of October. So like the second August 1st rolls around, I'm like, nope. I don't care that it's literally 110 degrees in Kansas. I don't care that I really just fumbled my words. But I do care that I can put my pumpkins out and it's a little less obscene. Gotta take a warhead break.
Should we tell the folks about the warheads?
Yeah, we should definitely tell the folks about the warheads.
All right, folks. I have a little bit of a story time for you. So, I recently went to the doctor because I had some lumps in my throat and I was like, I want to make sure that's not cancer. Cuz often it is. And so, what they said to me, what they had the absolute audacity to say to me was that I had fat salivary glands and that they were going to stay fat. However, in order to try to drain them more and make them less fat, I could try eating sour candies. So I have 2 pounds of warheads in a large bag. I ordered it off Amazon, which fuck our capitalist overlords, but in my area there's really not a lot of choices. So I also tried other sour candies, did not tickle my pickle, did not make my salivary glands dispense their liquidaceous juices. So I will be eating warheads because my salivary glands are too fat. And I don't want to have a double chin for the rest of my life.
Have you tried, and the only reason I bring this up is surprise, surprise, TikTok showed me this. But what's it called? Gua sha. It's like the stones that you like do the pulling of the fluid around your face and supposedly it like drains your lymph nodes and stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. But they said it needed to come out through.
The actual spit glands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the salivary glands had to drain themselves. So yeah. That's where I'm at. Drinking a ton of water and eating warheads.
Salivating profusely.
But I think it's working.
I feel like, not to bring this back to me, but the look, I just caught a glimpse of myself in the camera. This is not a rosé. I'm not fancy. This is a White Claw. But I'm also wearing like my fancy button-up pajamas and then a satin robe. I'm very much giving like soccer mom that doesn't have her children during the weeks, only on weekends, so she just gets wine drunk by herself on the weeknights.
Did you have to go to work today?
I did.
So you changed back into your pajamas?
Oh, I took a shower once I got home from work, and then I was like, I look like a drowned sewer rat. So I then put my eyebrows and my eyeliner back on. I had lipstick on, and I was like, wait, I'm leaning too far into this drunk housewife narrative. I need to remove it. So, so we're here with makeup on, but I am showered, and I had this stench of customer service from today washed off of me.
I didn't shower. I played in the dirt and put some plants in some pots, and then promptly went into this.
Well, you gotta go do horsey chores anyway, so it would have been kind of silly for you to have showered.
Yeah, and it's hot. So, first week of August has been...
Literally, if you're not from the Midwest, I just need you to know that I understand it gets very hot in Arizona, but unless you've been in 110-degree heat where the humidity is just off the rails, like it has been in the Midwest this week, it is literally, like, hot and swampy like Satan's taint. Like, there is no other way to describe the heat and humidity other than it is Satan's sweaty balls and or ass crack.
The corn raises the heat index because it holds a lot of humidity.
And I'm fucking tired of it, Grandpa.
Well, that's too damn bad.
I will say I do need to issue a disclaimer a little bit as well. I am super out of breath today. And it's because, this is my theory, there is an alfalfa field literally like maybe 10 yards from my back door that they occasionally, like through 2 to 3 times throughout the summer, they will like harvest it. It's basically, it looks like big old hay bales, but they use it to like feed cows and stuff if you're not, farm friendly. But between all that fucking allergy shit in the air from them having done that yesterday evening and this morning, also all those fucking wildfires that are happening, which is tragic, not only for the environment and for the people that live there, but for the people in the Midwest who are in that trail where all the smoke is coming down. So I'm just like, whoo, Lord. I'm having an allergy day. There's a haze advisory out, so I'm just having a day where maybe I need to be like Carl Weezer and just like huff on a fucking inhaler.
Yeah, we're getting it. Like, it's like you haven't normally out by us you can see like the stars and the moon and stuff, and like you've not been able to see any of it because it's been so hazy ever since the wildfires started.
Well, if you notice too, like especially I've noticed this in the morning when the sun's coming up, because gosh darn it, we were 8 to 5ers and we're up before the sun comes up, but it's like literally bright pink when the sun comes up, which is pretty but like scary a little bit knowing why that's happening.
It feels like a dystopian universe, like what's the one that had like Ryan Gosling in it recently? Has Harrison Ford with the AI people.
I have no idea. I'm so out of touch with movie culture. I was gonna say pop culture, but like I'm up on the TikTok and YouTube culture, but not so much the movie stuff.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bother me. Blade Runner, Jesus Christ.
Wait, there's a new one, or is it?
2049, yeah, it had Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford in it.
2049? Oh.
Blade Runner 2049.
Okay, so...
It came out like 3 years ago.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought you were misreading the year 2019 and you were trying to tell me that the year in which it was created. I was like, what?
No, the name of the movie. We are actually in 2053.
And everything still sucks, guys. Welcome to the future.
Everything is just pink. But yeah, in that movie, like, because of pollution and shit, like, when they go out to the desert, it's just, like, hazy, like, orange and pink.
Ooh. Not looking forward to that future. But yeah.
I mean, it's pretty, though.
It is beautiful, I will say. It's just, like, horrifying to know where that's coming from. And also, like, if you're in those areas that are being affected by the wildfires right now, y'all stay safe, because that shit's no joke anymore. It was never a joke, but it feels like it's particularly bad this year.
Was it caused by, like, natural stuff, or was it caused by people doing a gender reveal again?
That I don't know. My sneaking suspicion, based purely off the fact that humanity in itself has been an utter disappointment in the last 2 years, is that it was human error. But also I have a feeling just like the heat and dryness from climate change is also not helping.
Let me see. Yeah, it just says climate change.
Oh. Fucking yikes.
Oh. The bootleg fire is now generating its own weather.
Oh my god. I hate that. Big hate it.
Yeah, it's basically causing, like when a volcano erupts, like, the same amount of pollution is going into the atmosphere, which changes the atmosphere significantly.
Yikes. So, humanity sucks.
Maybe we don't deserve rights.
Maybe we don't deserve rights. That... Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree. We suck. We probably don't deserve rights. We don't deserve to go out and have fun because clearly we cannot be trusted.
Well, and, like, aircrafts are getting grounded and stuff right now, too. So, all those people that decided to travel in the middle of a pandemic, you know.
Full disclosure, I did just travel, but I drove, and I stayed at a cabin with my family that has been vaccinated, so hopefully that makes it a little more acceptable.
I'm talking more about the people who have been traveling this whole time.
Mm-hmm. And not getting vaccinated.
Yeah. That's a bigger problem, is that a lot of these people are like, it's my God-given right.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a baby behind you.
There is a baby behind me. This is her spot. It's hard to see in the webcam camera, but she likes to sit on the back of the couch with me in the evenings, so. What a wonderful little nugget up there.
Which one is it?
Noodles.
Yeah, of course.
We got
Onyx is sitting next to me and demanding pets.
Noodle, your boyfriend is over there.
Want to say hi to Noodle? He says absolutely not. I want my butt scratched. Scratch
Fair.
my ass, bitch.
That's very fair. So, full disclosure, guys, this week we didn't want to do any work, basically, is what it comes down to. Not only because we were traveling, but because we're lazy individuals. So instead, we've got some ghost stories for you. And we're going to do, because my life is boring and I don't have any more ghost stories really, I'm going to read you a creepypasta. So it's just going to be like a campfire story time, basically, is what we're doing.
We have some thunder in the background.
Yeah, really setting the mood, the ambiance, if you will.
And it's kind of dark because now we're doing it at night.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I vote you start. I feel like that's been our go-to, and I don't want to fuck it up.
1 week later.
Hey, friends. Editing Devin here. So, we had a little bit of a technical glitch, if you will, where unfortunately we only have the video portion of Ashlee's half and not the audio. Maybe it was because we decided not to record on a Sunday and the universe told us that was a bad idea. Or maybe it was just a truly terrible episode that the universe didn't want out there. That is a distinct possibility. Fun fact, if you don't proofread your creepypasta, you will have to improvise the ending, and it's, not going to be great. So we don't have the actual story part of this episode, so sorry guys. I'm not really sure what to say about it other than I'm just gonna insert this little clip here. Pretend like we told you a good story. Pretend like you were thoroughly freaked out, that there was a ghost story. There was, mention of a demonic Ouija board. It was a creepypasta. It wasn't a true story anyway. You didn't miss out on a whole lot. We are going to just skip ahead right now, fast forward to the tarot time portion of this episode, which is where the audio decided to kick back in. And stay tuned next week for hopefully an episode in which we have everyone's audio. Sorry? Am I sorry? I'm a little bit sorry, but also, like, we don't have any sponsors. We answered a no man. So I'm not that upset about it. But yeah, keep watching if you want Tarot Time and another approximately 15 to 20 minutes of us trying to do Tarot Time and then it devolving quickly into reminiscing about, you know, drunken debauchery and a few other things, including a cat named Spaghetti Pete. So, you know, keep watching. Thanks, guys.
So first card we have is, ooh, 9 of Wands reversed, if we can see it. 9 of Wands reversed with the unicorn. Now, this here is like, you're paranoid, you're confused, you're hesitant. Upright, it means like resilience. Like, see, he's got his little Rambo head on. But like reversed, it's like you're just paranoid, you're confused, like actual Rambo. And then we have strength reversed, which that is like you're fearful, you're scared of something, you don't have strength, like opposite of strength, obviously, because it's reversed. But you're gonna have some confirmation that like your fears aren't totally unfounded. This is like confirmation contentment. Like, you're gonna say, I'm scared of something, I'm a little paranoid of something, but like, girl, you got every reason to be paranoid of something. Next, we have the Emperor, which is kind of like bad daddy energy, or maybe an Aries that's kind of a toxic person in your life. This is kind of like a domineering person. This is someone that like really wants to have their way and like will not compromise. And then we have a 5 of Wands, which is like conflict. Like, there's going to be a scuffle. It's not just going to be between you and this person. It's like kind of, it's like a group. It's like they're causing conflict within the group. It's not just a 2-person individual issue. It's through the many. This is because they're toxic. They're a toxic person. You want to try to get away from them.
I gotta say, this is freaking me out just a smidge, because I've been because Michael's gone right at the moment. Don't get any funny ideas if I keep this in. He'll be back by the time we post this, but I've been very paranoid because my house freaks me out a little bit when I'm here alone. And I have one neighbor in particular who, for some reason, like, he's been friendly enough with me. Like, there's no reason for me to have gotten this vibe from him, but he concerns me. Like, and
Why?
I just get, like, a weird, sketchy vibe from him. And like I said, he's never done anything particularly off-putting. He's just like very much the nosy neighbor type, and like if he sees you outside, he has to have a conversation with you. He's the one that I like, if I see him outside, I won't go to the mailbox or do anything, so like I don't want to interact with him. And for some reason, I've been having these like paranoid thoughts that he is going to break into my house and kill me. But
also maybe your paranoid thoughts are founded in reality.
could be. And also, I feel like that's the reason I don't like to be in that office at night, because his house is the one that's like immediately out the window. And so I just like don't like to be in there. So hopefully that scuffle isn't him breaking into my house and me having to beat the shit out of him with my protection bat.
You have a protection?
I do, yeah. I have a baseball bat under my bed.
This kind of seems more like this is an emotional situation because it is wands, it's not swords.
Okay.
So there you might have like there's a few wands here. You might have like a verbal altercation with him where he's like, oh, you know, your husband's gone. Like, hey, I should help you do this. And you can be like, no. And then like it becomes more of a thing where like,
unless he's offering to mow my lawn for me, which I do not want to have to do, then I don't want any part of it. But if homeboy wants to be like, I notice your husband's gone, do you need someone to mow the lawn? Yes, please, God, I do not want to mow the lawn.
That's a weird thing though to bring up to a woman who's alone, is like, oh, I noticed that your husband's gone. That's uncomfy. Yeah. Maybe we don't do that, sir.
No.
But yeah, I don't know that it's like so much like a physical assault. It seems more of like an emotional, like, scuffle.
Okay.
Between you and And also, is he an Aries? Or
I have no idea.
Toxic dad type?
He's very short, so he's got little dick and little man energy.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so one of the days that I went out to get my mail, so my driveway is like situated on a hill and then it immediately flattens out on the road. So I was walking back up from the mailbox to my house. So I'm like on my driveway at a slight incline and he stops me to have a conversation and he's standing on the street. So he's standing level on the street and I was wearing a 2-inch platform sandal that day. And I was standing on that slight incline, literally towering like a good 1.5 feet above him. And I'm like, I feel powerful. You were like, I didn't realize how little he was until that moment. And I was like, oh, you were small.
Why is it like your 2-inch platforms are just like always?
Okay, yeah, because I think I told you this maybe on the podcast this one time. Mm-hmm. This completely average sized, they're maybe a little shorter than normal couple were like trying to reach soap off the top shelf of Walmart. And then I was like, oh, can I get that for you? And I had my 2-inch little platforms and like my long I have just unnaturally long arms for the, height of my body. And I reached that soap down and they're like, thank God for tall people. And I literally rode that high still to this day, 2 months later. So
that's what's been keeping you going.
So moral of the story, if you want to feel powerful, wear a platform shoe around a weird short man. And okay, I just need to let you guys know, I'm not dragging all short men. It's just the short man in particular has made me feel uncomfortable. So I feel like I can bring up his height in conversation. Because I feel like the only...
It's an important plot point.
Yeah, the only sort of like thing I have over this man, because he could still physically, I'm sure, overpower me, but I am 5 inches taller, so...
Just put on your...
I'll put on my 2-inch platform sandals, and that's all I need, baby. I just need that confidence, and I will ride that wave to beat the shit out of him any day.
You need a house machete. Why don't you have a house machete?
I don't have a machete. I have a baseball bat. I have a sock on it, so like if he tries to grab it, it'll like shing like out of a sheath, and then I can just continue to beat the shit out of him while he's like holding a tube sock in his hand in utter shock.
Why do you have a tube sock on him?
Because, okay, it's smart, because then if I'm like going to hit him with the bat, ladies, listen up, this is actually a very good idea. If I go to hit him with the bat, he tries to deflect by grabbing the bat, I can still yank that bad boy away. All he's left in his hand is with a fucking tube sock and utter shock on his face as I come back around with that baseball bat for a second, swing across the head, and bam, baby, he is down for the count with a tube sock in hand.
Actually, that would leave you in a perfect position to ram it right into his nuts.
Yeah, well, I'm honestly, if it comes to the point where I have to beat the shit out of someone with a baseball bat, being honest, I'm going for the kill. I'm going right for the fucking temples. Like, you come into my house to threaten me, bitch, I'm not going to shoot you because guns scare me a little bit. But I will certainly beat you with a baseball bat. Try me. All you'll get is a courtesy tube sock and you won't even see it coming. Safety tips.
I'd love to see it. We're gonna, yeah. I mean, my safety tips really just consist of... Okay, before I finish this, I saw something on, I think it was TikTok, maybe it was on Facebook, but it was like, women. Now, it was like, women, I know that where you're coming from being, like, scared of people, but, like, why not view it as an opportunity? Like, haven't you always wanted to know what it felt like to kill a person? Like, view it not as they are the prey or that they are the predator and you're the prey, but that you are the predator and you're laying a trap for them.
Ooh.
So, like, I mean, but that makes sense because that's kind of how I've kind of lived my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as people coming after me, like the guy that I almost stabbed over an elderly ginger cat, which, by the way, viewers, I saw the other day. The ginger cat is still roaming the streets in the hometown.
Can we give him a name? Spaghetti.
Yes.
Spaghetti Frank. No, Spaghetti Pete.
Spaghetti Pete.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
So Spaghetti Pete, he's doing well. He is living his best life. He's still walking himself around town, on the sidewalk this time.
Good. Good for you, Pete.
So, but Spaghetti Pete is doing well. But, like, I'm always ready to kill a man.
Over a cat, especially.
Like, yeah, but Or like the guy at McDonald's, like, I'm ready to kill them. Like, a woman has a mental breakdown, I'm like, you're just a crazy bitch. A man has a mental breakdown, I'm like, this is dangerous. And this should be treated as such a danger, and I will take you down. I'm not afraid to go ape shit. Also, like, I wrestled with my older
I
cousins
wrestled with my cousins.
I wrestled with my cousins as a child, and I know how to take down someone bigger than me, like, quickly and hurt them.
Good. As you should.
So, yeah. Here's my safety tip. You're not the prey, they are. Secondly, if you need to tackle someone, if you need to get someone on the ground, squat down, grab them by the ankles, and tip them over.
Ooh, and...
Because they're not going to be able to go anywhere. And then, when they're on the ground, you jump on their back and you sit on their shoulder, like, their shoulder sockets. Because then they can't really move.
That's wonderful.
So, that's my self-defense tip.
That's good advice.
Also, if someone gets a hold of you, just go totally limp. Because they can't wrangle you if you're offering any sort of resistance. So just become a spaghetti noodle. Back to spaghetti.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle to spaghetti
Self-defense
Pete.
tips. And believe me, I've had to use it as an adult. It has worked.
That's wonderful. Okay, so guys, we're giving you a lot of hot tips today, so please take notes.
Yeah. You can't be too careful.
You cannot be too careful.
All right, let me finish this. And then you got me at talking about killing men, and it just... I'm all
Triggered
hot
something
now.
in you.
Okay, next tarot card we got Four of Swords. This is like rejuvenation. Like, you're getting the rest you deserve. You're getting... after you kind of have this whole thing with this toxic person, this toxic, probably a dude, you're going to get rest. You're going to be validated. You're going to get the rest that you need. And
So basically what I'm hearing is I'm not going to sleep peacefully until I beat the shit out of this guy with my baseball bat.
I mean, no.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to beat someone up.
I mean, should we start a fight club, though?
Absolutely.
I mean, mouth guards, because I don't want to lose
Yeah,
any teeth.
yeah. Dentistry is expensive.
And maybe, like, the face, like, the wrestling
Protect the
things.
money maker, and then everything else is, like, no holds barred.
It's fair
Yeah.
game. Yeah. Like, I've broken a limb before. I'm not afraid to die.
I'm not afraid to shank a bitch that needs a shanking.
Okay, so next is the Page of Pentacles. This is like you're gonna be in sort of more of a stable environment after this kind of situation. It seems like there's definitely gonna be like an incident, but not like a bad incident, like an emotional incident. People are gonna be involved. You're not gonna be the only one there. But like, you are gonna come out of this victorious. They are gonna find like the justice. They're gonna get the justice. Justice will come to you. You know, this situation will be taken care of either in a legal way or in a fulfilling to you, at least, if not a legal way. So maybe you can get a restraining order against your creepy neighbor.
Perfect. Love to see it.
To be real, so side note, I feel like when I go out in public, there are people that sometimes approach me and talk to me like they've known me for decades. Like, they'll just come up and start talking to me.
Hate that.
But it's weird because I don't feel creeped out by them. Like, one time I was at Hy-Vee, I was shopping, and there was a lady who was German, and she was like, she says, oh, you ride the horses? And I was like, yeah, I ride horses. Like, I think I was wearing, like, breeches, but they were, like, leggings. It didn't really look like riding pants. It was more just looked like athletic pants. She's like, oh, well, I used to ride horses when I lived back in Germany, but now I just train German shepherds. And, you know, she started talking to me, and I just sat and talked to her for, like, 20 minutes. And it was, like, I don't know. It didn't feel weird.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Like, she just talked to me, and then she was just like, okay, well, I have to go. I will see you later. And I was just like, okay.
You should have got
See
her
you later,
contact
man.
info. You could have had a really cool friend out of that.
It's always older people, too, that are just like, we want to talk to you.
I feel
And I'm
like you just have that energy, though, that, like, old people love you.
I do.
Yeah.
I think that, too. Also, people get really shocked because it's like I guess I present an unassuming like presentation just going around life. Like I try to kind of fly under the radar because I don't want to talk to people. But like when I like confront people and I just go apeshit like at the guy at McDonald's or like the lady at the grocery store, like
It's very unexpected.
Yeah, like people around me are just like, what is going on here? Like, what is happening? Like, they don't expect it out of me, even though they don't know me. So, like, people are kind of shocked and they don't know what to do. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
It's just a weird in public persona that I have.
You just have that very approachable energy that you exude, I think.
Yeah.
Except for, I will say, like, the first night in our college dorm, when we were in the... I just bumped my mic. When we were in that common room and we were, like, all doing that, like, get-to-know-you bullshit, I was very intimidated by you.
Why?
I don't know. It was just something I was like, ooh, that girl looks, like, scary.
Is it because I was goth?
She's a threat. I don't know. I don't think it was goth. I think, like, you maybe just had, like, resting bitch face that day. And so I was like, oh, she looks mean. But it was absolutely not the case. I think we talked, because we were, like, next door neighbors. Literally, we shared a wall, and I think we, like, chatted later that afternoon. I was like, oh, wait, no. I think maybe she was just, like, tired or something.
I've been told that I'm very hard to read. And, like, people... are confused because like I've had my boss ask me, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just
literally
just chilling, just existing.
I'm just vibing. Yeah. Like you just caught me like like when someone catches you in like a weird thought and you're like thinking about something, you're like doing your job and then they're like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? You're just like, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
You want to hear something really creepy? I know exactly, like, remember the exact outfit you were wearing that day too.
Well, I don't even remember. What was I wearing?
You had black Converse on. You also had, like, it was kind of, I remember it as, like, a bubble hem skirt, but it was, like, a gray plaid almost. And I think you were wearing, like, a black t-shirt underneath of that, and then you had glasses on.
That sounds like something I would wear.
Yep. Guys, it was 2010, so... Just use that for
I just
reference.
left that much of an impression.
I don't know why I remember that so vividly, but I like remember the exact outfit you were wearing the first moment I saw you. Yep. Not to creep you out or anything, but here we are.
I mean, it's fine because I remember details like that. I don't remember seeing you there because I think maybe I was just tired and I was like...
Well, also, anytime that there's, like, icebreaker games, I tend to, like, hide in the corner and not participate, so that's probably where I was in that moment.
Yeah, and I tend to either disassociate or be drunk. Like, pretty much after freshman year, any time that we had, like, a floor meeting or something, I just went shit blasted because I was like, okay, wait.
I know exactly what you're bringing up.
Okay, everyone. I have a short story about, this was, our sophomore year of college. And we were at, like, the decrepit dorm on campus that was, like, literally getting shut down the next year or two. And so we were...
Wait, can I just tell you what day it was, too? It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
And we said, we're gonna get fucking shit blasted. And maybe not all of us were of age. But it was the first day back from winter break. And so my roommate, Jess, who... we miss dearly. Jess, if you're listening, you need to call us because we want to hang out. Honestly, probably the best roommate I had, hands down. So Jess, you, and I all got shit blasted. And I feel like some other people were coming in and out, but, like, mainly it was just us. And, like... we were getting shit blasted. What was it, like Smirnoff Ices and UV or something really just gross.
And Jess had just gone to Ireland, so she had brought back some sort of weird liquor from Ireland as well.
But I think it was essentially like a UV.
Yeah, it was definitely, if it was, we were in the dorms, I was probably drinking UV Blue and Mountain Dew.
So we're drinking, and we have to go to this floor meeting, which we had honestly forgot about, but we're like, okay, we're going to go to the floor meeting. and we'll come back, and then we'll keep partying, and then maybe we'll go out to the bars or something. Because we all were definitely old enough to be doing this. And so, Jess and I, we're like, we're gonna get dressed and just go to this. That way we can just leave and go. And Devin's like, I don't feel so good. So we're like, here's a Victoria's Secret bag. Use this. And so she starts chucking into a Victoria's Secret bag. She's laying on the floor, sick, like in front of the door. And so it was Michael, wasn't it? Mike.
It was Mike.
Who was the one kid?
But yeah, it was one of our friends who
But we literally just like texted him and we're like, hey, Devin's sick on our floor. We have to go to a floor meeting. Can you check on her?
Yeah.
And so we left the door unlocked too, because it was like super janky. Like you could just leave the door unlocked. And so he like was going to check on her, and he was what was it? He like went in and he was like, "Hey Devin, how are you doing?" And you're like puking into the Victoria's Secret.
No, what happened was I was literally so at this point I was like, I need to throw this bag away. And so you guys were at the floor meeting, and I was walking down the hallway to the garbage chute with a bag full of my vomit, a Victoria's Secret bag full of lime green vomit, and I'm obviously not, I don't have my faculties about me. And Mike comes around the hall, like the corner, and is like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, just going to the garbage chute." He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Just throwing this away." Like, he's like, "Okay." And then I remember he just like left immediately. He didn't realize that I was like literally throwing my vomit away. And then I think I went back to my room after that and passed out. But yeah.
But no, you're definitely passed out on our floor for a while too. But I think that he also checked on you another time when you were on the floor.
Well.
And you just gave him a thumbs up, and maybe you don't remember.
Yeah, probably not.
Because we texted him, we're like, hey, can you go check on Devin? So, but Jess and I went to this floor meeting. We're dressed to go out, We're not looking modest.
Yeah.
We're not looking like we're in an appropriate attire for Martin Luther King Jr. Day at for a 7:00 floor meeting. And so we're sitting there. Mind you, one of the RAs I went to high school with, and he first of all is a narc. Like, he narked me out for so many things. So fuck you, dude. But we're just shit blasted, and we're just every time they say something, we're like, yeah, pick up your fucking garbage. Yeah, quit having babies living on the floor with us.
God.
Leave your babies at home.
I can't remember. So actually, I think I was also supposed to, I didn't live on the same floor as them. I was supposed to be having a floor meeting. Obviously, I did not make it to the floor meeting. And I don't think I ever went to a floor meeting ever again after that. I just was like, you know what?
No.
I'm minding my P's and Q's. I don't need this shit. I don't care.
But also, you have to remember that this was the dorm where, a couple of guys, totally destroyed their room and just made it a party room. And, it was gross. Yeah. But nobody gave a shit.
Not a single person. No. Anyways, we should probably wrap this up because it is getting late and you have to go do horse chores.
I do.
So, we're going to wrap it there now that we've regaled you with more tales of debauchery. Do we have any quickie advice to give?
I feel like we did some
we did. We gave some good self-defense tips. So, I guess we'll just leave it at that. And thanks for listening, guys, to this excellent Campfire Chronicles that we are giving to you, blessing forth into the world. And I hope you have an excellent week. As always, links to our Instagram, TikTok, yada yada, it's going to be down below. You're smart, you'll figure it out if you don't know where that is. On whatever platform you're listening to, we put the same exact description and everything, so it's not hard to figure out. And on that note, we love ya, we appreciate ya, and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.